One of my favourite things to do is to go to Marrakech, sit in a Café de France in the Jemaa el-Fnaa, have a coffee and watch the world go by. So that's exactly what I did this year in April. It was the start of Ramadan, so Marrakech was less busy than it sometimes gets. Lindsey and I also spent some time in the Organa Cafe on the other side of the square. As well as serving wonderful ice cream, it's also good for people watching. But we weren't in Morocco just to sit in cafes. We'd booked places on a North Morocco Adventure trip with a company called Intrepid Travel. Their trip started in Casablanca, so we had to go to the train station and catch a train to Casablanca. Only a few miles outside Marrakech, the desert scrub starts. The train is clean and tidy, and the price is very reasonable. We met up with the Intrepid Travel group and our guide, Youssef, and after a night's stay in Casablanca, we headed off by train to Rabat to spend a couple of hours walking around the town and the fort. Then it was back on another train going to Meknes. From Meknes we went straight to Moulay Idriss, a picturesque whitewashed town in the hills, where our accommodation was a nice homestay. Having been founded by the great-grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, Moulay Idriss is an important pilgrimage town. It was closed to non-Muslims as recently as the mid-20th century.
The neighbors prepare the dough of the bread at home.
The next morning we set off for Volubilis. Volubilis is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and was first settled by the Carthaginians and then annexed into the Roman Empire around AD 40. The Romans built some impressive structures, and Volubilis had around 20,000 inhabitants until about AD 280 when they left. We explored Meknes in the afternoon, and then it was on to Fez. Unfortunately, I was floored by a tummy bug by this time, so I didn't see anything of Fez except our hotel room. But I was fit enough after 2 nights to catch the bus for the group to Chefchaouen, the blue city in the shadow of the Rif Mountains. Our accommodation was very nice. I was feeling much better, and the sun came out as well. We spent the rest of that day and the whole of the next exploring the beautiful city, the Medina, the shops, and the Kasbah. What a lovely, picturesque place. All the ladies in the group enjoy getting a temporary tattoo from a local woman. The next morning it was a minibus to Tangier on the coast. We drove just west of the town for a picnic lunch and to see where the Atlantic meets the Mediterranean. After that, we explored parts of the old town and had a coffee in the famous Hotel Continental, frequented in the past by various beat writers such as Kerouac, Burroughs and Paul Bowles, and later the Rolling Stones, amongst others. All too soon it was time to catch the overnight express to Marrakech. Yet another coffee in the Café de France. And our final night saw us eating an excellent meal in a restaurant near the Jemaa el-Fnaa. We got a tuk-tuk back to the hotel, and the end of a great trip. Thank you, Youssef, our excellent guide for the week, and also our fellow travellers. And thank you for watching.